I really want to talk about how stupid Jackson Hinkle is. I love it. Okay, so Exhibit A in this case, and just something I want to share with you guys, just in case Homeboy finds out he's wrong, like is usually the case, and ends up deleting it. Now, I don't think Jackson Hinkle's the type to delete it, like kind of like a ContraPoints. You know how ContraPoints likes to delete things that she doesn't like afterwards. I think we've seen that. Um, Instead of deleting it, I think he'll do like what the Jehovah's Witnesses do and like Watchtower Society, that shit. You know, like he'll say, actually, this was new light, and also the old light was correct too, but we've gotten new light. Like, you'll see what I mean. I think he can't admit that he's ever been wrong, so he has to say that he was right, and also the thing that is contradictory to what he said is right. So we're just going to look into something really funny, and we're going to show you how long it takes to like disprove this. So, as you can see on screen right here, Jackson Hinkle. Have you ever have you seen viral videos of the Ukrainian military tying civilians to poles with green faces? The green paint is actually antiseptic dye, and the act of smothering a victim in the solution is called a Zelyonka attack. The dye causes vision loss and can take a week to be removed. All right. So he's saying that the Ukrainian military is snatching civilians up, tying them to poles, and painting their faces green with blinding antiseptic solution. Okay, so let's see. Now, he did something real stupid in this tweet, right? He said it's called a Zelyonka attack. And you know what that means? We have a really easily Googleable phrase. That's right, baby. We can just punch this in. Watch this. Zelyonka attack. Oh, just like that. Whoa, look at that. We got pictures. And if you guys don't recognize this guy right here, this guy, this dude, right? This guy, I believe you would say it, Alexei Navalny, I think is how you say it. If I'm saying that wrong, somebody please correct me. But this is the leader of the anti-Kremlin movement. So you tell me, if the Ukraine government is doing this to people's faces, why is it that someone that ostensibly is supporting the Ukraine government is the one getting hit with it? He currently is in prison on drummed up charges by Putin. So if he's in prison due to these charges because he hates Putin, we're supposed to believe, as Mr. Jackson, actually fascism's okay as long as it's Russian, Hinkle, decided to say, like, this is this huge destructive anti-Russian force or anti-Ukrainian force. Like, the thing is, in this, all he's trying to do is expose, quote unquote, the Ukrainians as monstrous savages, right? So let's look a little further into the Zelyonka attacks, and let's see if maybe this is an outlier, right? So here we go. Easy enough. We'll go to Wikipedia right off the bat. Okay, you can always, this is teach you guys how to use Wikipedia. If you're curious, you can look at all of the citations down below. This is one of the things when you're learning how to do like basic citing for all of your sources, your teachers don't want you to cite Wikipedia, which is pretty reasonable. So what you can do is read the overview up here of what it is that Wikipedia is telling you about the thing you're looking at. And then you can come down here and check their sources, right? Because they have to cite their sources. I mean, I guess they don't. They're kind of like crowdfunded, but still, they cite all of their sources. And since they cite all of their sources, you also have access to all their sources. So when someone dumb like Jackson Hinkle goes, "Maybe you can't believe everything you see on Wikipedia," you can smugly laugh in his face and show him the exact articles that you pulled it from because they're right here at the bottom. So, given the overall, a Zelyanka attack is a form of protest, provocation, or violent assault defined as the act of throwing a solution of brilliant green Zelyanka, a triarylmethane antiseptic dye on the body, usually the face, of a victim. On top of the potential danger for vision loss, it is very hard to remove quickly. The complete natural removal may take up to a week. So up to a week. So let's go back to his. Okay, it does say can take a week, right? Can take a week. Fair enough. In the 2010s, Zelyanka attacks became widespread in Russia and Ukraine by pro-government activists against anti-government political and other personalities. So let's figure out which government, right? Zelyanka dye. It is widely used medically in Russia and Ukraine. The dye, often used as a milder alternative to iodine. So splashing iodine on someone would be infinitely worse, right? Is available in Russian pharmacies and drugstores. The dye is very hard to wash off and can leave a stain for days afterwards, and requires an acid to fully remove. However, unless Zelyanka is mixed with other substances, as in the attack on Alexei Navalny, it leaves no long-term damage, and thus victims have little legal recourse. Meaning, this antiseptic dye is so safe that almost no one can sue, because all that happened is they got a green face out of it. They didn't get hurt, right? What happens is that the only way anything can hurt you is if it gets directly in your eyes, or in the case of, Alexei Navalny, something gets mixed with it, which I believe he got hit with a fucking nerve toxin. Like, they really fucking wanted him dead. He claims it was Putin that did it, and, I tend to believe him. But, we still don't know. The use of the dye was associated with pro-Kremlin activists, although it was never directly tied to the Russian government. Of course it wouldn't be, right? The victims of Zelyanka attacks were almost always Russian opposition leaders. If you guys don't know, that's people that don't like the fucking Kremlin, right? As a result of numerous attacks, part of the Russian opposition leaders began to use Zelyanka and green color as a badge of honor. They would paint their faces before going and protesting the Kremlin, before going out and telling Putin he's an asshole. This is what Haxon Dinkle here thinks is journalism. This type of man calls himself like a journalist. He thinks he's got some sort of credentials. What the fuck is wrong with you? The dye does not just straight up cause vision loss. It does if you get it directly in your eye. And sure, it can take a week to remove, but this is almost always done the other way around. And of course, I hit him with it, But look at this. This is all it took. 15 seconds. Granted, I read it out loud, so it took a little while, and I'm making fun of it, so it took a little longer than that. But you literally can just type in Zelyanka attack, and just like that, disproven. Jackson Hinkle is a fucking dipshit, my guy.